back. Beautiful day here in Kansas City. Thank you for tuning in to the Power Connection Network, where we connect the best people with the best people. I'll tell you what, Doc, more tornadoes in Oric on Sunday. I don't know what's with Saturday and Sundays here. Make sure you're prepared. The other night, my dear wife, she's sleeping like a rock. We have a weather alert radio.
So you have a weather radio?
3 a.m. Beep, 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 beep. And I sat up straight in bed. I don't even think she knows it went off. And thunderstorms in the middle of the night. But anyway, we have our next guest. He's used to creating storms wherever he goes. Most recently, last week at the Tournament Players Championship in Florida with those loudmouth, crazy clothes that he wears. Tim Davis, welcome back to the Power Connection Network.
Hey, everybody. Good to be back. Thanks for having me on today.
Oh, well, we're excited. It was great to watch your journey last week. Phil Mickelson right behind, I think, Angie in one picture and some other great players. What was it like? I've never been to a PGA tournament before. What was it like?
You know, that's our second year going. I bought her tickets. Literally, I know that this sounds crazy, but my wife really records golf more than I do. She'll record.
Well, those cool wives.
Yeah, she's one of the cool wives. I really lucked out there. And anyway, so last year for her birthday, I thought, I don't really know what to get her. I went online, got Players Championship tickets. Airfare was really inexpensive through Southwest. And so we just hopped on the plane and went down there just for 2 days. Had an absolute blast. Decided we would make it an annual trip. So this year we went for the whole week. We actually went to 4 days worth of Players Championship golf and did a little golfing on our own. So it's a lot of fun. I mean, that is a very, very large course. To give you kind of an example of how big it is, we took 25,000 steps according to her step meter watch that she wears. We took 25,000 steps just on Saturday.
I was going to say that's probably 1 day's work because 10,000 is about 3 miles. If you're walking that course, certainly that's possible. I know last Friday out at the NASCAR track, because how big Kansas Speedway is and all the things that we were doing with our race team, I think I did 15,000. So what was it like? I saw one of your pictures. I guess on one of the days, if you were the last person sitting in these fancy chairs, you got to keep them.
Yeah. Listen, it says that in the program that they give you every day, but it's amazing how few people actually know that is true.
Okay.
So they have the 18th hole. It's a difficult hole to play. A lot of the matches come down to that hole in a lot of cases. So a lot of TV crews are out there, and they set up about 100 of these fold-out chairs that say the Players Championship. They have the logo on it and the year. And if you'll get over there early enough and sit in a chair until the very last putt drops each day, they'll give you the bag to put the chair in. And you can take it home with you.
No way.
So we now have a dining room set. We got 4.
Now, let me ask you this. How many hours before the last putt drop did you have to get your butt in a seat?
So if you're there like on a practice round day or like the first round or the second round, you're probably 2 hours. If you're there like on Saturday, then you probably need to sit in the chair for about 3.5 hours.
So you're there basically start to finish. You're on the 18th hole.
There's no doubt that parts of my scalp that have never seen sun are completely burned.
Well, you didn't wear a hat. Shame on you.
I know.
So now, you didn't have this luggage going. So how'd you get the chairs home?
So here's the great news: if you are a golfer and you carry your golf bags, you buy
the hard shell ones.
Bag. No, actually, we have the soft cases.
Okay.
But 2 chairs will fit perfectly beside your case inside the soft case.
How about that? Well, we're glad you had a good time. Now, is the best way to view a professional tournament going hole to hole and following your favorite golfer the whole day, or is it staying in one hole and seeing all the golfers that come through?
I think it depends on the tournament you go to, right? So, like the St. Jude Classic down in Memphis is a different course altogether, and there's not as many quote-unquote exciting holes.
Right.
But you go down to Ponte Vedra Beach and the Players Championship, and you've got 17, which is that island green, and that's just a tremendously popular hole.
So you can sit there all day and watch people put it in the water or do whatever.
I sat there for 2.5 hours in the bleacher stands. I think it was Thursday or Friday. I can't remember which day. Just watching group after group come by, and it's a raucous crowd. I mean, they're quiet when you hit the ball.
Right.
They're very, very polite, but when it's in the air, it's like a party city. And if it goes over, man, you can hear that miles away.
So, being as smart as you are, being a business coach and coaching others, why didn't you wear a hat?
So,
Pause.
Yeah, I don't really know. I guess the problem I encountered was it wasn't hot. It was like 80 degrees and low humidity.
Yeah.
And so you're thinking, I guess you forget that you're closer to the equator in Florida than you are in Tennessee.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you won't get skin cancer and die. That happened to my grandfather just before he died. He went to a golf tournament, got sunburnt, and died. But anyway.
Hey, I appreciate that.
What encouragement.
No problem. Hey, Tim, the reason we had you on today is because you've got a project you've been working on, and a project that, because of some new serious business partners of mine, I've got some ownership in a couple of golf companies that I don't even know about, but one of them called Quantum Golf Seminars. But you've just come out, you've co-authored a new book. First time you've co-authored a book. You've written a number of books by yourself called Selling on the Green, How to Make Business with Golf. I know as a casual golfer, I used to be serious, but I play the same whether I play every 3 years or I play every 3 days. I'm pretty consistent golfer. But the topic of the book is how to make money on the golf. So how can golf help the average person's business?
Hey, listen, I appreciate you having me on the show. This is actually the brainchild of Jonathan Taylor, who's a great business leader and an incredible marketer out of Knoxville, Tennessee. And Jonathan had this idea to create this book, and he contacted me literally because of the loudmouth clothing that I wear. I'm not kidding you. I've known Jonathan for a while, and he said, listen, I want you to be involved in this project because of those pants. And that's actually the chapter I wrote in the book is about, how to really make deep connections on the golf course and how you can be a little outrageous and make great relationships. But at the end of the day, what we did was we had 20 different business leaders all contribute to this book. And so it's a great combination of a lot of different leaders' ideas and how they use the game of golf to further both their personal and their professional lives, and how it really impacted their business. But at the end of the day, I think it really comes down to connection, making a true connection with another human being. And there's just certain things in life that people are passionate about. You find a dog lover and another dog lover, they can have different political views, but they'll get along because of their love for dogs. Golf is no different. People that love golf can play at all different levels. They could be, a 50-plus handicapper, if that's even possible, which I think I am.
I think you started out there anyway.
At least, right? And so I could par a hole, or I could, be on that hole for 2 hours trying to get the ball in the cup. But it doesn't matter when it comes to the game of golf, because what I've realized is that people are passionate about it regardless of what level they are. And they just enjoy the time to get out there in the nice weather and hang out, and you can really develop some great relationships. And it all begins with that common thread. That way you connect is over that common interest.
Well, let's use example. You and Angie probably been playing about 3 years, and you all, I've known you all for a long time. You've always had a strong marriage. You've always had a great relationship. But it seems to me even that golf has taken your marriage relationship deeper because of that just, hour after hour. And I know what it's like to sit there in that golf cart for 4.5 hours and just chat. You can't help but develop relationships. So, I think you all are even closer because of your passion for golf and the time that you give to it, each week out of your schedule.
Oh, there's no doubt. It's increased our relationship and our marriage. And she used to think it was a horrible waste of time, and a friend of hers invited her out. She got addicted to the game, and really probably at some times a little more addicted than I am. But you come around to the weekend, and we know that on the weekend we've got 2 to 4 hours, whether we're playing 9 or 18 holes, together with nobody interrupting us. And, I mean, that's just a fantastic boost to our marriage. And so I'm just really blessed and fortunate in that aspect. But the same is true with anybody. Just being at the Players' Championship, right? I mean, these are all people that love the game of golf. For whatever reason they love it, whether they play or whether they're good or whether they're bad or whether they like the clothing or whatever the case is, you have that common interest together. And so right away there's a connection that starts before you even open your mouth.
Because you have something in common. Now let me ask you this, to a business person who says, I love the idea of getting that ideal client or that ideal whale or that ideal potential referral partner alone for 4 hours, but hey, I'm a terrible golfer. What does that person do?
Listen, I can just tell you what I did, right? When I first started playing, like anybody else, you hit balls in the woods and behind you and, miss them. And it's craziness what happens to you trying to hit this little white ball. So here's what I would do. I'd take a swing at the ball, and whatever happened to it, I would just, if I was playing with somebody that was better than me, which was 100% of the time, I would just go to wherever their ball went and say, do you mind if I just drop my ball here and try again? I'm telling you, it works. Because nobody wants to hold up anybody else on the golf course.
Not while you're learning.
I'm going to use that one, Tim.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, one summer I literally improved my score 8 shots because Angie and I, all we did that summer was play best ball. So mentally, I got used to hitting balls out of the fairway instead of out of behind a tree and a turtle and
a turtle or an alligator.
When I was playing by myself, right?
Or an alligator. So there again, would you advise someone that if they're going to use the approach of making money playing golf for business, that maybe they invest in some lessons and get better, or just tough it out until they get better on their own?
Yeah, listen, I invested in some lessons. I think that, if you're going to be, if you want to try to master anything in life, then you should go and try to improve yourself whatever way you can. I read the golf magazine. I watch the golf channel. I watch their tips. I got some lessons from a local pro.
Bought expensive clubs.
Driving range. Absolutely. I did all that stuff, right?
And you know what? Golf is a thing. I found that when I had good equipment, you do play better with good equipment. And it's one of those rare things where, you buy a better driver and you hit longer and straighter. So it's certainly worth it. Well, when we come back, we want to answer some more questions. If you want to talk to Tim today, you can dial in at 913-491-8255. We're talking about business golf, how to add a round of golf a week to your game while still growing your business. Stay tuned for more of the Power Connection Network.
Business owners looking for ways to increase cash flow and lower your operating costs? Let us have an opportunity to show you how we can help your business with a free consultation and review. Premier Payments is a local company helping local businesses grow. 913-424-9239, 913-424-9239, or go online to paymentpremier.com.
Is it time for a new roof, but paying for it is a concern? Wilson Home Restoration is your answer. They're a certified roofing contractor and have financing options available. Call 816-987-3001. They have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and can help with any fire or water damage needs. So call Wilson Home Restoration's 24-hour response line at 816-987-3001 or check them out on the web at wilsonhomerestoration.com. Wilson Home Restoration. They've got you covered.
You and your computer spend a lot of time together. You share your thoughts, ideas, and intimate personal details with it. And it treats you to an endless parade of errors, crashes, and viruses. Hi, this is Jason Black, owner of Prairie Star Technology. And since 2010, we've helped frustrated clients rebuild the relationship with their computer. If you'd like a fast, error-free computer that's protected from viruses, call Prairie Star Technology today at 913-730-6262. That's 913-730-6262.
Having a difficult time communicating with a large group of people like your church, sports league, or organization? Let Text Bandit help you put a cost-effective solution in place that won't break the bank. Take advantage of the mobile revolution by using text messaging to reach your group in the blink of an eye. Call us today for more information at 913-643-3100. Text Bandit, where we turn talk to text.
Are you looking for a way to increase the visibility of your business online? Are you tired of companies claiming to work for Google, selling pay-per-click advertising as if it were SEO? Are you tired of unfulfilled promises made by your current web designer and SEO company? BuzzFishMedia.com has an exciting new approach to digital marketing, SEO, and web design. At BuzzFishMedia.com, we create solutions and web designs tailored to fit the exact needs of your business. Visit us online at BuzzFishMedia.com or call us today at 913-213-FISH. That's 913-213-FISH.
Welcome back. We have the wannabe greatest golfer in the world parading around as a golf author now. If you can't score it on the green, you might as well write about it, right, Tim?
Absolutely, right?
So tell us about. Has the book been released yet?
No, it's actually coming out in a few more weeks. But if people wanted to know right away when it comes out, they can go to sellingonthegreen.com and put in their email address, and we'll actually send them a free interview we did with Larry, the CEO. His name's Larry Jackson. He's the CEO of Loudmouth Golf, and how the game of golf got him to the position of CEO of one of the fastest-growing golf apparel companies out there in America today. It's a great, great interview. So,
well, I'm surprised as much free press as you've got. I can't believe you don't have an endorsement deal.
I should be getting a commission check from Larry for sure. At least because
you've dropped a little bit of money. You've dropped a little bit of money with that company.
Listen, every dollar I have spent with that company is a dollar invested in my brand and my business. Because let me just give you an example, okay? Yes, clothing is outrageous, and yes, you've got to probably come to grips with actually putting those pants on and going out in public. But
yeah.
Here's the deal. On Thursday at the Players' Championship, I was asked to have my picture taken with no less than 15 different people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I had never met people before. Angie and I had at least 25 or 30 people come up and start conversation with us just as a result of, hey, man, I like those pants. Where did you get those at? That kind of stuff. So,
well, your favorite picture... Your favorite apparel item, and I just noticed it in a picture yesterday, was your pink belt. That was hot, dude.
Dude, the hot pink belt, definitely. But, it was kind of lost in those yellow and pink pants.
Yeah, but I spotted a hot pink belt. Only Tim could pull that one off. I'm not sure that I could. So
I think anybody can do it.
What about something? Well, what if I go out there and the guy's really good, he's serious, and so now, could golf ever take away from business?
I don't think that it really could. I mean, I guess there's probably a few occasions. I mean, just like with anything, you get some people, and they're so passionate about their activity.
Yeah, they're throwing their clubs up in the trees and in the lake.
Right.
I got to tell you, I left a golf course one time in Florida, and the guy pulled out the parking lot in front of me. We both got on the interstate. About every 2 miles, he threw a club out the window. And, I followed this guy for about 10 miles, and he just kept throwing clubs out the window. And I kept wanting to stop him and, pick him up, but I didn't. It's like, I think by the time he was about 20 miles down the road, he about got rid of all his clubs. And, that's pretty hardcore.
It really is. And I've always thought, until somebody comes up and gives me an endorsement deal, I'm not going to get that serious about it.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not paying me to be on tour or wear their clothes or whatever. I'm out there to have fun and build relationships. So, and literally going back to what I said earlier, listen, if I'm playing somebody that's a lot better than me, I don't care about just getting another ball out of my bag and dropping where they are. I don't want to slow their game down or take away from their momentum or whatever, because I'm there for the reason of building a relationship, right? I'm not there to, get a birdie on every hole and say, see, I just smoked you on that hole. You stink. You
better do business with me.
Right, exactly. So I think you got to keep in focus that the day on the golf course is a whole lot better than any day in the office.
So what are some of the great ways to make golf a part of your business?
Well, listen, in any business, you're in the business of sales, right?
Everybody's in sales.
Everybody's in sales. You're either selling them on why they need you or they're selling you on why they don't. And so any business can use the game of golf to build relationships with referral partners. So very simply, here's what I would do. I would pick out a few people in town. With the power of social media right now, you can go to social media websites and find out very quickly if somebody likes golf.
Right.
And how much they like the game. It's just one of those niche areas that people are very passionate about. So let's say I'm prospecting some people and I find out, hey, Joe likes golf, right? And maybe I know Joe through social media, but we haven't really made a connection yet. Then I would just call Joe up on the phone and say, hey, Joe, this is Tim. I noticed that you really like golf. We've been friends on social media for a while, but we really never got together. Listen, I've got a round down at such and such golf course this coming Friday. I'd love it if you could come along and play. You have some time that we can get together and play some golf. So if they love the game at all, they're going to say, yeah, let's go.
So would you say that membership in a golf course is beneficial?
Without a doubt. I mean, here's a great example. A good friend of mine moved from Atlanta, Georgia to Nashville, Tennessee. He got out of wholesaling, got into retail. So he got out of B2B and he got into B2C. He was a financial planner. And certainly the more money you can invest for people, the better your paycheck is, right?
Right.
So he made an investment, right? And I always teach people this. Don't think of anything as a cost. The minute you think of it as a cost,
boy, isn't that the truth?
Lose. You got to think of things as an investment. So when you think of them as an investment, you're thinking, oh, man, what am I going to gain from this investment? What's my return going to be? He made an investment in a very high-end country club in a very prestigious area of Nashville. Now, he is a horrible golfer. He is so bad, 18 throws, 18 mulligans, and 6-foot wedges are not going to improve his score. Okay, that's how bad the guy is. But he made an investment in one of the most prestigious courses in Nashville, and within a year, he's one of the top financial planners because of the people he met.
And certainly meeting people at the country. I've been a longtime member at a country club, not recently, but about 10 years ago. And, you know, just the conversations in the locker room, over dinner. Now, let's talk about marketing golf. I've got a title of an event. Maybe you're a fair golfer. You have access to a golf course. Have a Wine and Nine event.
I like it.
W-I-N-E, not W-H-I-N-E. Now, this would be a powerful ladies thing, and golf is a growing sport. One of the new affiliations I have through some new relationships is with the Executive Ladies Golf Association, 19,000 women. One of our companies just signed a contract with. Certainly, wines, I don't drink hardly any, period, but I do drink wine occasionally, but a Wine and Nine. Hey, let's get together at 5 o'clock. Certainly in the summertime, you can play 9 holes, before dark, and let's get together Wine and Nine. And so I just threw that little catchy title out for you as a little.
I love it.
Yeah, I knew you would. And what are some other? I saw you recently on social media say, "Hey, would you like to get together to do a little golf and a little networking?" What kind of response did you get from that?
Yeah, I got a fairly decent response from it. With anything that you're going to start, you've got to put the energy and enthusiasm into it. You got to work it a little bit, right? I mean, nothing ever comes out of the shotgun barrel with a huge bang. You got to work it a little bit. So we've got
unless you ask Timothy Chin to get you likes on your Facebook page, and through this morning I've gotten you 34.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes
I was expecting a lot more, but if that's the best you could do, I'll take it.
Well, I had to have a product to push. It may have been the product tour, whose product I was pushing. I don't know.
It probably was. I'm just teasing.
But anyway, what was your goal? Was to say, hey, let's get together for 9 holes, 18. What was your thought?
Yeah, my goal was just to get together with maybe 8, 12 people max, right? Get together, talk a little business, for 10 or 15 minutes, get out, rotate the groups every week, go out there, hit 9 holes. You start, at 7:30 in the morning. You could be off by 9:30, 10 o'clock, and be on with your day. So it's still a process of we're just getting it going right now.
Good.
But we've got probably about 6 or 7 people that are interested so far.
Good.
And maybe we'll do that.
Great. Well, we've got about 3 minutes left. So, again, tell us the outline. What are the chapters of the book? And the book's going to be out here in, what do you say, 30 days or so?
It's probably in less than 30 days. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's going to be hardback, too. We're really excited about that.
So what are the chapters, and what would the readers expect to get from the book?
So we have 20 different chapters from 20 different people, and they range from, how to use the game of golf to create deep relationships, how to use the game of golf to expand your network, We've even got a chapter in there from a gentleman who puts on charity golf events and how to use charity golf events to increase your brand awareness and your business, as well as give back to your community. So there's a wide range of topics that are in the book centered around anybody that wants to get involved with the game and use the game to advance their personal and professional life. So we just cover everything that you could possibly imagine, from what to say and how to get the introductions and how to invite people out there and how to, proper course etiquette and real-life stories of how people got started in the game and how the game, opened connections and opportunities for them and how you could do the same. So I always say this to people: if you got one idea out of it and you acted on it, it can make you no telling how much money.
Now, are there any pictures with you?
We've got a lot more than one.
Are there any pictures with you and your loudmouth clothes?
Here's the great thing. Larry Jackson, the CEO of Loudmouth Golf, wrote an incredible foreword for the book. And, yes, there's pictures of Larry in his clothes, and there's definitely pictures of me in the Loudmouth clothes in the book.
Well, great. So this is your most recent product coming up. What's down the road for you?
It's pretty interesting. We'll have to kind of see. We're getting a lot of response on this book all of a sudden, from the people I met at the Players Championship. We're going to partner with a group down there called Blessings, Backpacks and Blessings, which help underprivileged children in the Jacksonville, Florida area. They're going to be able to use the book to do some charity fundraising with. And so we're just getting all this response. And our next step is we'll start a Selling on the Green podcast. We're in the process of actually mapping that out right now and, looking for guests and putting together our content to talk about business and golf and how they go hand in hand. So that's going to be coming out probably in the next month or so on iTunes. People can listen to that. I've just learned over time, Tim, to set my expectations, not too high, right? And you want to believe that you're doing good work. But sometimes if you think, oh man, this is going to be a major hit, right? You get off focus, right? And why our focus is right now is really to serve people and give people some fresh ideas and say, hey, look, let's put some energy back into your life, into your business, into your life, into your networking, and here's some tools to do that, and we'll just keep developing it. And,
because I've been challenged, I've been challenged with the thought of what would 9 days a month off look like? What would your life be like if you purely, of course, my co-host, Dr. Decker, he takes about 15 off a month, but who's counting? I'm shocked to know he's home for the next 2 weeks. Hey, real quick, we've got to go to break, and we've got to let you go. Who's going to win the National Basketball Championship next year, hands down?
Yeah, listen, I'm going to say UK, but look, here's the deal. You get that much talent on a team, and there are going to be possibly some issues on playing time.
Yeah.
Right? So that can cause some problems in that.
All right.
But if they learn how to gel together, I don't know a team in the country that's going to be.
All right, I got to close with this. You'll get a kick out of this. Amber we go to a lot of UK alumni events. We watch the games here at Buffalo Wild Wings, all that kind of stuff. And so last week she went to a derby party, and while she was in the restroom, they voted her to be president of the UK Alumni Association here in Kansas City. Now the funny part is, she's never been to UK. She graduated from Pikeville. So I said, well, if you could be the president of the UK Alumni Association in Kansas City, I'm going to go for it to be the Duke, a president of the Duke Alumni Association. She goes, well, we get divorced if you do that. So anyway, there's still hope, Tim. If you want to be the president of the local UK Alumni Association, all things are possible.
All things are possible to those who believe.
That's right. Thanks for being on the air. Good luck with your new book. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, guys.
Stay tuned for more of the Power Connection Network.